He is a 20-year-old Somali man. So we're learning more about folks as we continue here today. 9 taken to the hospital. There was a Buckeye alert that was sent out earlier this morning that really helped get those students in place. Looks like we're
looking at the car.
There it is.
There's the car.
That gray Civic, and looks like it's got a lot of damage in front from ramming into that building. That's what happened before he hit those folks.
He mowed into a crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, he mowed into a crowd of people standing on a corner. And I mean, here they are for a normal day at The Ohio State University, just a little bit before 10. And then this happens. And according to police, the suspect got out of the car with a butcher knife. Now, this is not the first time we have had a story like this here in Columbus, and we'll get to that in a second. We are going to repeat our breaking news that we have run the plate on the car. It is registered to a man named Mohammad Ali. Columbus police tell us they're at the suspect's house. We have a crew there and can confirm the address is the one registered to that car, Jerry.
We run the plate on the car, and it's registered to a man by the name of Mohammad Ali, as we just mentioned. CBS News reports he's a 20-year-old Somali man. So we don't know if he was a student at Ohio State. We don't know if this was some revenge attack at Ohio State. We don't know any of those things right now. Hopefully that will come about as we continue to get information on him. He's dead, so he can't give us any answers. An OSU police officer engaged him on the sidewalk there after he started stabbing people and shot him to death.
Within minutes, within under a minute. That's what they said. Under 1 minute, that OSU police officer responded. And Chief Kim Jacobs said that is exactly why The Ohio State University has its own police force, for that immediate response and because it is such a large entity.
And this kind of training is going on all of the time. Let's go to Nathan Baca now for an update. Nathan, what can you tell us?
Well, President Michael Drake is inside OSU Medical Center, Wexner Medical Center, visiting the people who were attacked, 4 people with non-life-threatening injuries, attacked by a butcher knife. That's according to OSU police, by the attacker. Now, OSU police also saying that that the situation is under control here, but what's happening out here at OSU Wexner Medical Center is that situation is normal. They did what's called a code yellow, which is basically a all hands on deck emergency type of response. They were able to get off of that status now, so people who do actually have medical appointments here can come on in. OSU Medical Center Wexner Medical Center is open and regular business. But again, President Michael Drake visiting the people who were attacked here, and the situation here has not changed. Back to you.
Nathan, thanks so much. And that is so in character of Dr. Michael Drake to go and visit those people who have been hurt in this.
It's got to be a traumatic situation for him as well. Who would have thought the Monday after the Michigan game and after a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend that the university observed as well.
A celebratory weekend, when you think of it.
They would wake up to all of this. There at that hospital that Nathan Baca is standing out in front of, there were 2 stab wound victims, 2 victims hit by a car, and then a 5th victim that had been sheltering in place that then came to the hospital there to be checked out. We don't know if it was a man or a woman, but there was a total of 5 there, and there were 2 with lacerations taken to Grant Medical Center and 2 more with motor vehicle injuries taken to Riverside.
And we do know it was a code yellow, as Nathan said, all hands on deck to treat a situation like this. They train for situations like this at all of the hospitals in the area.
Sure.
Speaking of which, Glenn McIntyre is at Grant Medical Center. What do you know over there, Glenn?
Hey there, Kristen. There has been some confusion this morning as the day has gone on about exactly how many victims were transported here, conflicting reports from the hospital staff here. We can now tell you there are 3 people here at Grant Medical Center. We are told they are all college-age victims. Gender we don't know at this point. 2 of them transported here initially with lacerations. A 3rd victim was brought here sometime later. We're working to get information about the actual arrival times and how much later. We don't know the details surrounding that person's later arrival here at the hospital. The good news, we are told all 3 of those people who are now being treated at Grant Medical Center are in non-life-threatening condition. All 3 are expected to pull through. We're working to gather more information. Of course, we'll bring it to you as we get it. Reporting live downtown at Grant Medical Center, Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
Thanks, Glenn. That marks the second late arrival at a hospital out of this situation this morning. You had 4 that showed up, were taken to OSU, and then a 5th one that came in after the shelter in place was lifted. And now we've got a 3rd at Grant. There were 2 with lacerations, and now a 3rd person brought there.
Jerry, as the day goes on, people are going to be trying to piece together this puzzle. And one thing that Chief Kim Jacobs said in the news conference that really caught my ear, she said this is the 2nd time in a year that we've had a knife attack. Of course, the first one having been in February at the Nazareth restaurant.
At a restaurant out on the east side where a man went in there and started stabbing and hacking away at people. One, a guitar player who was just playing there.
Right,
and
who recovered.
And they shot him to death, as if I'm not mistaken. He was not, he didn't survive that. So these are situations that have been happening around Central Ohio, here in our city, too, in the past year. The result of this one today, the people who were injured, no life-threatening injuries. You've got a statement from
Donald Trump, apparently.
Let's
read it. It says, watching the news unfold at Ohio State University, our thoughts and prayers are with all of the students and administration. Excellent job by the Ohio State University Emergency Management team in immediately notifying students and faculty. So that coming from the president-elect. Thank you to all first responders, and he has that in caps, who reacted immediately and eliminated the threat on campus.
That really shows you the breadth and depth of the Ohio State University to make national news today and draw the attention of the president-elect. We also have Ohio U.S. Representative Pat Tiberi, who issued this statement today. Today we hold the Ohio State University and our fellow Buckeyes close to our hearts in the wake of this senseless violence. I would like to thank the school officials, police officers, and all of the emergency responders for their actions to secure campus and keep our students safe as we wait to learn more. I'm praying for the victims and hope for their swift recovery there. It's covered up at the bottom.
We have people weighing in across the board. We heard from Mayor Andy Ginther, and we apparently have a statement also from City Council President Zach Klein. Let's take a look at that. It says, Columbus City Council stands united with The Ohio State University. We are continually thinking about and praying for all of those involved and affected by this senseless act of violence. City Council stands ready to do its part to support the university, all law enforcement agencies involved in the entire OSU community.
There are going to be some vigils this evening.